Cool. Hi guys. Okay, so this is question 8 that hopefully you'll be doing this weekend. So let's just quickly go through. I'm just going to work on people, as in this one, on people, and then you'll just finish off for animal and birds. So let's read through what's happening here. Wiven Porcelain Limited produces decorated porcelain figures, which is sold in quality shops, both in the UK and abroad. The figures are especially popular with holidaymakers who visit the country, and they make 3 ranges: people, animals, and birds. And this is the information we have. So they make about 1,000. They make 1,000 people units, 2,000 animal little things, and 2,700 units. And this is the amount of labor that is used per month that you can see right here. And you can see the total revenue from the 1,000 units. And the materials and labor and variable fees, these are all here, right here, the variable costs, right, for making these 1,000 units. So let's see what they want us to do. They want us to fill out a table. So pretty straightforward again. Again, like I say, a lot of this can be, you can see this is logic. I'm just going to do people. So the revenue per unit, well, if you're going to get £60,000 over 1,000 units, well, the revenue per unit must be 60,000 divided by 1,000, right? And that gives you, if you like, £60, right? Because I'm going to cross out those, and I'm going to have £60. So I want you to do the same thing for animal and birds. Minus the variable cost per unit, and then what does that mean? So variable cost, what we have here, direct materials, you need 5,000 to make 1,000 units, so that's 5,000 over 1,000 units. Direct labor is 15,000 divided by 1,000 units. And the variable overheads are 10,000 divided by 1,000 units. And we can, once we find these, so this is a fiver, this is 15, and this is 10, isn't it? So 5, 15, and 10. So we have 15 plus 15, this comes all the way to 30, and so our contribution per unit is £30. So we've not talked about any fixed costs, we've just worked out what our contribution is. So do the same thing for animal and birds, and that's really the solution to A. And you're on your way. So let's look at the next one. Let's look at the next page. So on the next page, they ask us to, oops, sorry, let me just get my pen. Okay, great. So then they ask us to, let's just change the size a little. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Then it says that if the company only makes the people range, calculate the number of units it would need to cover fixed costs of that. I mean, so this is break even all over again, right? So you have a fixed cost of 45,400 divided by the selling price minus the variable cost. You know the selling price is 60, you know the variable cost is 30, so you can work out the break even. So work that out as well and write your figures out. Now, in my video that I made a video on chapter 21 talking about what happens when we have scarce resources. And really, this is what this question is about. This question is saying that unfortunately, because of staff illness, the available labor hours are reduced from 3,400 to 2,800 hours. So based on that, we now need to make a decision about which of these items are we going to make because we don't have enough hours. And so the argument becomes, well, which one gives us the highest contribution per labor hour? That's what we're going to make first. And they're quite kind to you. They actually give you a table to work this out. But the principle is the principle of marginal costing again, right? Once you've covered your fixed costs, we're only really interested in how much contribution we can add to our profits. So whoever is giving us the highest contribution per labor hour is what we're going to go for. Again, I mean, please watch those videos. These are critical to understanding this particular chapter. Again, it's just really to do with the fact that, and a classic example I think I gave in that lecture was what happens when a taxi driver has 1 hour left till the end of the day. He's paid off his fixed costs. Does he go up to Heathrow to pick a client to get £200 and have petrol costs, if you like, of 150, giving him 50, and so his contribution, if you can imagine now, is just 50, because we've covered his fixed costs. We're no longer just trying to cover our fixed costs. We've covered our fixed costs. This is revenue. That's the cost of his petrol, the marginal cost. Or does he? Someone says to him, "Oh, there's some little jobs in Chichester, and he can do he can do as many as possible. He can do, if you like, he can do 1 job a minute, if you like, and get a £5, and it'll cost him, I don't know, even let's just say it'll cost him £1, and he'll get £4. Well, the thing is, we can see that the contribution is 4, and if he's doing 1 a minute, he can do, in 60 minutes, he should be able to get 240. So on the surface, this looks, maybe you would have thought, maybe I should go for this one. But the point is that this one gives him the highest contribution per hour, right? £240 per hour. So he should take this one, really, fundamentally. So what do? We literally do exactly what they want you to do. Find the contribution per unit. Do the same for animal and birds. Find out how many hours you needed to make that unit. So let's just go back to the question, and we see that it tells us that we need, it says direct labor is £15,000, and so you were going to pay £15,000 for 1,500 hours. So you need, you need 1,500 hours to make 1,000 units. So if you need 1,500 hours to make 1,000 units, that means for 1 unit you need 1.5 hours, right? I mean, that just goes, you can see the maths there. So 1.5 hours to make 1,000, you need 1,500. So we come back to our other page, fully aware of how long it takes us to make a unit. So to make a unit, it's 1.5 hours. So the contribution per labor hour is 60 divided by 1.5. Yeah, and that's what we have. 60 divided by 1.5. That's 40. So you're getting £40. So what you need to do is do exactly the same thing for animal and birds. Then it says now calculate what you're going to make. So based on this, you will, the one that gives you, you would then really, what I want you to do then is go here and rank them. When I say rank them, choose the one that gives you the highest contribution per labor hour. So for example, if people gave you if this, for example, was 20 and this was 30, you would make people first. That's your ranking 1. This is 30. You would make birds 2, and then you'd make animals thirdly. So again, if you only have 2,800 hours, if we were going to make people, the first question we should ask is, well, how many hours do we need? We know we need 1,500 hours. So I'm going to make that first. And then if I was going to make birds, I'll find out how many hours I need to make birds. Say, for example, that was 1,000 hours. So it means that's 2,500 hours. And that means I only have 300 hours left to make animal. And so you need to sort of just work that out. And then, yes, why not? Now we can make, now I know I can make 1,000 units here. I can make all the units of birds. And then based on the hours of animals, if, for example, you need 1 hour to make animal, let's just say, well, if you only have 300 hours, you can only make 300 units. So, so have a go at this, put it together, and send it me, and let's see what I can correct, and we'll take it from there. Okay, great stuff. So that's this question on question 8 from your marginal costing. There's only one chapter, one question left. I'm going to do that now as well and send it to you so we can get management accounting out of the way. Great stuff. Thank you.